Welcome to the Geeks Assembled podcast. Be afraid. Be very afraid.
Do what?
Sign the agreement.
How do we get to the tower? You don't! Yeah! Hi, hang on. And I've got the prawn crackers, so we're good to go.
We're actually starting now.
Oh.
Welcome. Yes, we are Geeks Assembled, and we are gathered to talk about last night's episode of Doctor Who, which was Knock Knock, and let's knock over to Alex and Susan. Go ahead, Alex and Susan, wake up.
Hello. I really liked it. I thought that David Suchet was properly eerie and creepy, and the bugs just were amazing. Oh my gosh, I've just had like flashes of them all day. I keep thinking I see them and stuff. It's very weird.
You need to go see a doctor.
Termites, lice, space lice, space wood, termite, cockroach type deals. It just freaked me out really bad. I went a little dark when they showed like all the people that had lived in the house before, and but it was incredibly atmospheric and eerie, and I really loved it. I thought that it was I love Doctor Who, and I'm really enjoying Series 10. It's just the richness, and it's got, and the critters aren't really evil or baddies or whatever. They're just monsters, and they're just weird science fiction type constructs. It's really intellectually intriguing this year, and so I'm just thrilled. And Peter Capaldi once again amazing, and Bill once again brilliant. So that's what I've got, and here's Alex.
Well, I'm sorry you didn't like it, Susan.
Okay, actually, I was a little bit mocked for this. I didn't like the story. I did enjoy the fact that it was suspenseful. I did enjoy the fact that like we mentioned with Jaws the movie, the sound was also scary. I did enjoy the lice or roaches or whatever they were. And the makeup for the woman, spoilers, the makeup for the woman that is a tree-like creature was also very good as well. The other part that I found very creepy, spoilers, is the fact that David Suchet, while giving a wonderful performance, and he's very creepy, wonderful presence and all that, and it's good that he was able to be against Capaldi, finally an actor that's, actors that can bounce off each other, was the fact that he was related to the woman, but he's willing to kill people to keep her alive. I mean, I could understand that maybe for, a day or a week, but to do it for, 50 plus years, yeah, that's a level of creepy and malevolence that is a little too much. But as I said, the reason why I like that episode, great atmosphere, great effects, great cast. Not too fond of the story, though.
Thank you, Alex. And knock knock, Lee.
Knock knock. Who's there?
Doctor.
Doctor Who.
There we are. We had to get it in there. Go on, Lee.
Yeah, go on.
We got out of the way.
I absolutely love this one. Yeah, how creepy Doctor Who stories should be written. You've got to have the ensemble cast who are damn good actors, and at the top of that list was Capaldi and Suchet for me. Those two just brilliant in this story. Suchet was as the landlord, so strange, creepy. You didn't know what he was up to begin with, and then when the twist at the end, it turns out to be his mother, and he'd grown up 70 years, you know, and he sort of when the end came, he sort of reverted back to being a boy again.
Yes.
Because and that for me, that scene was just wonderfully played out by him.
That is how good of an actor he is. To 1 minute go from this old man to then playing a child.
Yeah.
You know, because he just goes to play a child, doesn't he?
Yeah, yeah.
When he finds out, yeah.
I mean, I've got a few niggles.
I've heard about them. You've been messaging me about those.
Yeah,
I thought Craig had recommended some cream.
Shut up about that. Yeah, the few niggles is let's see, they brought the restart button back then, didn't they? Everybody survived again. But if that was the case, everybody what the house had eaten should have come back as well from the past 70 years. Not just Bill's friends. Everybody should have come back. Or those guys should have remained dead, all of them.
I can perhaps shed some light on that.
Go on, Graham.
Basically, the reason, if you remember, when Harry and the Doctor is in the lower levels of the house and you've got these 6 boxes and they're going through all the contracts, and they go through the years. You've got 57, 77, 97, 2017. Apparently, somewhere on the line, it takes this house a 20-year cycle to consume these people. So the fact that these folks were only consumed within the past day to a week was probably the reason why they come back. Perhaps not explained too well, but there you go.
See, I still think that's a cop-out.
I no doubt somebody somewhere on the internet will blame Stephen Moffat for it, because that's basically what they're doing, and they'll be blaming Chris Chibnall for it come next year. But that's the decision the writer decided to take. So that's Mick Bartlett for you. What can you do? You know. So
yeah, but as I say, if anything, they should have stayed dead.
Yeah, because it removed all the consequence from the episode, which was kids dying. You know.
I'll give you that, but I'm just sick of everybody bitching about the reset button. You know how it is these days when it comes to Doctor Who. The BBC tend to play it safe. If you don't like it, go watch Game of Thrones. You know, I mean, you know. Or American Gods as of last week. That was fucked up. But that's a thing for another day. You know.
Go ahead, carry on, Lee.
And the other niggle was the supposedly relationship between Harry and Harry Sullivan, between his grandson and not grandson, shall we say?
Yeah.
Oh, them removing it. Yeah.
But removing it from that. But as I mentioned to Alid earlier, if that's the case, if they'd have kept it in, Harry Sullivan would have been the first gay companion.
Hence why they probably removed it.
Do you think so?
No, but was it his other granddad, though?
Well, no.
Hang on. That's the thing. If Harry was gay, how's he there? All right, obviously we've got an example with other folk, but you know, I mean, you know, just throwing it out there.
Gay men can have kids. Great.
I know.
My granddad was gay.
I know that. We you know, we have many friends. One, you know, I mean, you know.
Well, I'm saying is,
we're going more into Graham's personal life here, I think.
There was no reason to remove that comment or whatever what it was in that story.
It was about Classic Who.
Well, hang on, but before you get on that gravy train, Alan,
I'm going to go on that train, Graham. You're not going to stop me.
Well, no, you're quite entitled to go on that train.
I'm on the train.
You are quite entitled to go on that train, but we've had shitloads of fucking references this year, and again, my apologies on
no, I do agree with you. We have too many references. Yeah, we do have too many references of Classic Who, actually.
It even looked like Ghostlight. I mean, there was the whole Wicked, Ace throwback.
Wicked, not musical. Yeah.
Lee, let's let Lee finish off his review. Poor Lee, we've completely hijacked his review.
Okay, go for it.
Yeah, well, but yeah, I'd say I loved it. I loved the constant. They were the only few niggles I had. Apart from that, I enjoyed it fully from beginning to end. The creepiness of it, yeah. And for me, this should get actors in every episode the caliber like Sushi to pull these some stories off. Because sometimes stories do fall down because you think some of the actors aren't that good in this. But he was definitely made for that role, and it was just brilliantly done. And also as well, they did play with the idea that, well, they did play with the referencing the grandfather role a lot in this story.
Bill.
So I'm wondering somewhere down the line something's going to pop up with Susan.
Yeah, and the minute it doesn't happen, Moffat's an arse, but there we go.
Yeah.
So.
And also as another thing, the vault.
Here we go.
I think it's obvious who's in the vault now.
If you see, at the beginning of the season, they didn't know who was in the vault or what was in the vault, if I remember rightly. They couldn't even get in the vault.
They change it every episode. The first episode, it was as if they were guarding it. The second episode, he's watching over it. The third episode, they're moving the goalposts every episode with regards to that vault.
But now he's put a piano in there.
Yeah.
And she's playing it. Well, so did I say she?
Too late. Yeah. We know who it is, especially when it's the dimension it was woodlice and children were getting eaten. Yeah, we know who it is now.
Yeah.
You know.
It's a female Omega.
Yeah, there you go.
Female Omega.
It's a pretty good story. You should have more episodes like that. A bit of creepiness into it, so I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it that much. I watched it twice.
Ooh.
Did you watch it on that special sound thing? What was it
Oh,
called?
the binary thing.
Yeah.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. No.
No. What was your score then, Lee?
No, we're scoring now, are we?
Yeah, score now, yeah.
Oh, did Susan and Alex score it?
Yeah, you scored it, didn't you, Susan? You gave it an 8, didn't you? You didn't score it? What about...
Oh, for God's sake.
Quick, get a new host.
Lee for his score then.
For me?
Yeah, go on, Lee. You can
just because of those little niggles, I'm giving it a 9.
A 9. Susan and Alex, what's your score going to be? Only your score. We can go into further discussion in a minute.
Okay, I'll give it a 9.5. Alex?
I'll give it 8.5, even though I did like the fact that, in a way, it was first deposit and last legs. But I still give the story an 8.5.
And let's go to Kevin for your review, Kevin, and then give your score at the end.
Well, I like this episode. It's one of my favorites. And the landlord, played by David Suchet, it was very creepy. And the discussions with Peter, with the doctor and the landlord were very interesting. And and the teens, come in that house and pay extremely low rent. So that's some bit suspicious. So I like this episode, so I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10.
A 9 out of 10. And let's go over to Germany with Beef Dad. Go ahead, Beef Dad.
Yeah, I had a few arguments with this. David Suchet as the landlord, brilliant. Superb piece of casting. And of course, he was rung up by his agent who said, they would like you to do an episode of Doctor Who. And he said, yes, just tell them yes. He hadn't even read the script, didn't know about it, but he's such a big fan. That was it. Peter Capaldi, yeah, he was good in this. Paul Mackie, well, she just gets better and better. Mandy Dillon playing Shireen was very, very good. And the guy who got eaten by the wall, I liked him.
Pablo, yeah.
Yeah, Pablo, yes. But one of the things that I missed was the explanation which you would normally get of where these damn things come from. And there was no explanation at all. No explanation whatsoever. It seems as though they are not really bothering to explain the background of the creature situation in each episode because they didn't in Thin Ice.
But where does anything come from?
Who knows?
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
we know the Daleks come from Skaro. We know where the
Yeah, but
cyber...
where does Skaro come from?
What? Oh, you foolish boy. and it's the lack of an explanation that really got me at the end of it, because it didn't finish it up tidily for me. And of course the lice, if you want to call them that, it's not the first time something like that has been done, because it was also done in The Scorpion King with scarab beetles.
Yeah.
Scorpion. Oh, the movie. Yeah.
Yes, the movie. But yeah, the effects were good. Maria Gale, that played the landlord's mother,
Elsa. Yeah.
was a bit of a wooden performance.
Oh, really? Oh.
But perfectly done, considering the restrictions of the makeup. It was really very, very good.
Amazing, yeah.
Very, very good. I really enjoyed her performance. I really enjoyed David Suchet's performance. Nardole is becoming, I don't know, a bit of a cameo character rather than a companion.
He's back full time next week.
He comes in and does a cameo right at the end of the episode.
No, he's more of a focal point from next week.
Oh,
Yeah, he's in quite a lot of oxygen, isn't he?
Yeah.
And yeah, the tempting of people and the winding up that they are doing with the
Vault.
The Vault is he's getting on my nerves a little bit, because each week there's a little tiny bit extra.
But they changed the rules, like Graham says. They changed the rules about it.
I'm going to throw you a bone, Jeff. The vault will be open by the end of episode 6.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I can imagine. But it's...
So they'll be going on to something else after episode 6.
It's to get people talking about the show. That's what the Vault is there for.
And after last night, you know...
Perfectly honest, I mean, I don't think some of the writing was that brilliant in this episode. And
really? What bit didn't you like?
I think that one of the reasons they got David Suchet to do it is to try and lift the popularity of the first view, because David Suchet has a massive fan base in England for his work on Hercule Poirot.
Yes.
And I mean, I have absolutely everything of Hercule Poirot. But the feeling I got was that they'd asked him they got him in to do it because they want a ratings push. I don't know if anyone knows what the ratings were on last night's episode.
4.25.
Yeah, so it's up on last week, which was 3.7 or something.
It was the highest viewed programme on BBC last night. Overwriting ratings means shit these days.
Well, not to jump in, but I mean we've talked about it here on more than one group about the fact that it's on the internet now and you have DVDs. So
don't take any notice.
100%, but I mean you know, it is good. I'm almost done. It is good that the ratings were very high, and hopefully this series will be wonderful, and they'll be laughing at the BBC going, "You wanted to give it a Capaldi, you idiots."
And let's go back to Beef Dad for.
As I say, I think that is one of the reasons why they pulled David Suchet in to do this, was to up their viewing figures on first view, because he has a massive fan base of his own. Never mind about Doctor Who, David Suchet as an actor has a massive fan base.
Yeah.
So that's me. So you want
score? Yeah. What are you going to give out of 10?
The performances get a 9.5. The story is probably a 7, and the lack of explanation at the end brings it down to about 8.5.
That's still a good score. I thought you were going to go lower than that, but no, that's a good score, 8.5. And let's go over to Graham. What does Graham think about
as we've alluded to in a previous outing that we've recorded here tonight, it's all to do with the sound, the suspense. David Suchet stole the show for me in this one. Peter Capaldi's comedic timing was fantastic. His emphasis on a simple look when he's staring at David Suchet's character when he first enters the thing at night, when the students are complaining about what's wrong with the establishment. You know, no hot water, no washing machine, no, and he's munching away on his prawn cracker, going, but no cat. Oh, hang on, whoa. What's your game? You know, he doesn't even need to utter a word. It's just the look that he gives in the character's direction. I love the effects with the woodlice, especially with Harry's death in the cellar when they get caught in the stairwell. Not a bad effect for a BBC budget. Eliza, great prosthetics. You can't really grumble there for the limited time that the actress was there in the story at the tail end. Great use of prosthetics with regard to that character. The students, while some of them were, to coin the Star Trek phrase, red shirts, I still enjoyed them a hell of a lot more than a batch of students for Cohill Academy. You know, yeah, sorry Patrick Ness, but yeah, they had some meaning. You had the issue with Bill's sexuality brought up again when the Scottish lad tried to basically hit on her, and it was a case of, oh sorry, I like girls. Oh great, never had a chance anyway, super, right, you know. But that was nicely handled. But yeah, you get Capaldi in top form. Paul Mackey is just growing into this role each and every week. It's just a goddamn shame, but it's looking like a clean slate next year, and she's not even going to get the option of a second year, because the BBC are a bunch of backwards dinosaurs, and we need to get the young, cute, kissy face guy in there because we want the Buffy crowd back. Yeah, to keep it clean. Assholes. I enjoyed the hell out of this, but we'll see what Chibnall does next year. But Mike Bartlett, you're probably not going to get him back anytime soon. He is a playwright. He does Dr. Foster. Yeah. So, you know, it could be a one and done type deal, similar to Ben Elton when he done Vincent and the Doctor, or we might get him back a few years down the road. We don't know. But for suspense, for atmosphere, and for the casting of David Suchet, stunt casting with regards to Beef Dad's point, perhaps he does have a good fan base, but at the same time, could the bosses at the BBC legislate for that on episode 40, a 12 episode run? Who knows? But it was still great to have him in this episode. So I'll give this an 8.5, and I enjoyed the hell out of this.
An 8.5. Well, what else can I add? I mean, this episode, for a start, it absolutely looked fantastic. The effects, and the moment you see that guy sucked into the wall, and you can see his eyelids moving and things like that, and it's just so well done. It was just amazing. And the cockroach things, they look good. You know, when the doctor knocked on the cupboard thing, and they were just flowing out, and then they just one came out, and then loads came out. That looked good. It looked great. The prosthetics of the mother, and I did like that twist, because I thought, oh, she's the daughter, you know, when the landlord mentions the daughter. But what I did think, I thought, isn't it a shame that they revealed the wooden lady beforehand, you know, because they showed promo pictures of her, and they showed her in the teaser trailer for Series 10. I thought, wouldn't it be good if they hadn't showed her at all in any of the clips and we didn't know about her at all?
Yeah, well, yes and no, but that depends on the context and how she was used. I mean, now you know what the context is. I suppose it might be the case of, oh, look at that, but, you know, that's just the BBC these days. They reveal everything, you know, they revealed Sam, they don't give a shit. So
yeah,
you know.
I have to say I like the beginning as well, where they're flat hunting and they go to these tiny little places, and they go to one next to a factory, and they go one where there's like one bedroom in there. It's just a studio flat sort of thing. I thought that was funny. I agree with Lee. I think the ending did take away from the episode, with them all coming back to life, even though Graham says, as is right, it was explained that it takes 20 years for the house to eat them. But I still think that it took away from the episode personally. It took away from the episode. David Suchet, oh my God, what more can you say? Honestly, he was amazing. He was absolutely stunning. He gave an absolute blinding performance. I mean, wow, just brilliant. I mean, literally speechless at that performance. Was great. Peter Capaldi, amazing as ever. Pearl Mackie, amazing again. I just love like Graham says, the stares that Peter Capaldi gives. And when he was just staring at the one girl, wasn't he? Just staring at her, you know. And when he was trying, and just how he interacted with everybody was so good. And I like the banter between Bill and the doctor, you know, like because Bill wants her own time now. She doesn't want the doctor there all the time. She wants her own space. You know what I mean?
And we even got a Little Mix reference. Not that I'm a major fan of it,
Little Mix, yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
You're a Little Mix fan, are you, Graham?
No, hell no.
More of a Disco One Direction, eh? But
no.
I was quite happy with the David Bowie reference with the record in the box.
Oh, you noticed that?
You know what?
Yeah.
They've been slipping David Bowie reference in the last 3 or 4 episodes. If you look really closely, you know. So that's good.
Yeah. He's a star man.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Get your heart out, Ziggy. Yeah.
So for me, yeah, I mean, it's just, I think I'm going to give it, I'm going to go with an 8.5, simply because I do think the ending took away from it. And as well, I didn't find it that scary. I didn't find the knocking. I thought the knocking was quite funny, actually. when they're in that corridor, and goes into the room and they hear him get eaten. And there's the knocking. I just found that hilariously funny.
You know what? I think there's a difference between being shit your pants scary and just being entertained due to the atmospheric eeriness of the situation.
Yeah.
You know, so it's how you take it, the individual, I guess.
But I'm interested to watch this in the special sound bindery.
To be fair, I spoke to a couple of people who've watched it, and I think they said the best thing about it was the preview clip that they already released. So.
Oh, okay.
That doesn't mean it's bad. It's just that you're basically that focused on the dialogue, you don't really notice, you know. So, yeah. But what the hell? It's an extra feature for the DVD, I suppose. You know. So.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, I'm going to give it an 8.5. Looking forward to next week's, which is Oxygen. Does anybody else?
Matheson's back. Yay! Yeah.
Yeah. Does anybody else have anything to add on Knock Knock? And let's go to Brian for his opinion on Knock Knock. Go ahead, Brian.
Okay, well, I honestly love this episode for Doctor Who. I think it's probably I would say it's probably as good as last week's episode. I honestly, I think Bill is getting better and better with each episode. I absolutely find it like probably the best companion within New Who so far. My favorite's still Amy Pond, but I honestly think that Bill is pretty much a relatable companion, and I think she's getting better within each episode. The story was great. I love the story. The villain, well, honestly, I don't even think there was even a villain mostly. Even though there was like creepy bugs, crawly creatures within the house, and they were the house, and they came to swallow all the people within the house. I don't really find that was a villain, just a alien creature, just mostly an alien creature that was just mostly, I guess you would say, neutral, in my opinion. So, yeah, and the whole thing between the old man trying to save his mother, like, and everything, I thought that was a cool plot twist, because throughout the whole time he said it was his mother, but ended up to be, ended up like, well, not mother, but daughter, but ended up being his mother, and I thought that was a cool plot twist, so it was good. The another thing I thought it was cool was the Doctor, when he was using a sonic screwdriver, using it as like a flashlight. I thought that was a pretty cool thing, because he never did that before. He only mostly used it as like what he was supposed to, like sonic screwdriver. But within this movie, within this episode, it was really good. Then, and the Doctor himself was great in this episode. I like everything he did. Capaldi is the best Doctor within his run as the Doctor within New Who, so I honestly love him. Shame that he's leaving. I'm really gonna miss him as the Doctor. So yeah, I really don't want him to regenerate, but he's going to anyway. But yeah. But what is in the damn vault? That's what I'm wondering. Because with that scene at the end, you hear a piano playing, and the piano is playing two songs, and then everything. I think it's something to do with Johnson's master. I think he's in the vault, because it can't be Missy. Well, it can be, but it can, but I really think that it's Johnson's master. So, because the second song that the second song that played on the piano is, so I really think that Johnson's master would honestly play that on the piano that was within the vault. Because when it was playing the piano, especially that song, I really immediately thought it was really think that's going to be Johnson's master coming out of the vault. It has to be, in my opinion.
It's Jim the Fish. It's Jim the Fish is in the vault.
No. It's the Candy Man.
Oh, don't go down that route.
Not the Candy Man. But yeah, and all in all, I love this episode. Capaldi's era, and especially this season within Capaldi's era, is fantastic. I love it. So I would give this episode maybe 9 tortoises at best.
Oh, 9 out of 10. Thank you, Brian. We can talk about the Next Time trailer.
It wasn't just not that was bringing the creatures out. It was anything high pitched, which is why the Landlord had a tuning fork.
Well, that's how she got turned into the wooden lady in the first.
The music box.
Music
box.
Yeah. So it tended to be high-pitched noises rather than nothing.
The same as last week's with the fish.
And of course, you had Bill doing her reasoning of deduction. Hang on a minute. If he's her father, how the hell is he still alive? You know, I mean, yeah, there you go.
That was good.
Yeah, I like that bit as well.
Yeah.
And
There you go.
I didn't think it was a throwaway to like talk about the.
Put your microphone. Get closer to your microphone, Susan.
Yeah, sorry.
That's it.
I didn't think it was a throwaway that they talked about the Harry's grandparents going gray packing along the Great China Wall, but Harry Sullivan has been referenced in so many different ways this past couple of series. It's not like he's a forgotten character, a forgotten companion. I think this and Tegan would be are more forgotten and stuff like that. So
No. Hang on. No, there is no way you can forget Tegan. She has the mouth on words. But just
no, you can't forget Tegan.
Just to pick up, you're right, sir. You've had the imbecile gas and all the rest of it when the Zygons were there last year or the year before and all the rest of it. But yeah, you know, look, at the end of the day, we can whine bitch and complain about this. Everybody will be on the internet blaming the showrunner. This is down to the BBC. Nobody else.
Yeah.
So, you know.
And the person in the vault, I think, still is a cyber break who's learned how to.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
I killed him. I killed them all.
I think it's probably Doris Day.
Yeah, rip crack away, rip crack away, rip crack away. Yeah. Now it's pretty obvious who's in the vault now. The mystery now isn't who's in the vault; it's why she's in the vault.
For her own good, for her own protection.
Yeah, well, there you go.
And how she got in the vault.
Yeah.
The vault is her TARDIS.
No. If the vault was her TARDIS, it wouldn't stay there.
But the Time Lords might have, you know, tiggery-pokeryed about with it. And with the Doctor.
9.
Oh, wait, the Dutchman's German.
Well, I mean, you know, that's, you know, again, they're building up suspense, so we'll watch and find out.
If it's no her, then my jaw will literally hit the bloody wall. I'll need a coaster from my lower lip. Nah, it probably is. As I say, the main issue now is how and why. And I think that's why we're getting the big reveal come the end of episode 6, because by that time you go to the second half of the season and we're off to the races with something else.
Exactly, yeah.
You know, so there you go.
So who wants to talk a bit about the next time trailer, Oxygen?
Zombies in space? I'm down.
I'm with your buddy Texas Tim to a small degree. The whole zombie genre is somewhat overplayed, but if they pull this off right, this could be really, really good. It really depends on situation, scenario, and resolution. I don't expect 36 bodies to be roaming about going, ooh, you know. So I'll be interested to see what exactly the end game is and the scenario when it comes to the Oxygen next week. Jamie Matheson hasn't let us down yet with the 3 episodes thus far that he's wrote. So hopefully this will be the same.
Well, yeah, I mean, it does seem to have shades of themes and shades already of Waters of Mars with Tennant and level 40, what was it, 42? Not level 42, but episode
42,
with Tennant. So, you know, we'll see how similar that is. But, I mean, as I said, the series so far has been much better dialogue, better companion.
I agree.
All that.
And it just looks amazing. I think each episode has looked stunning. I don't know if
you know what it is, guys. Sorry to interrupt, Al. You know what it is? For the amount of flack that Stephen Moffat gets with the Keyboard Warriors online, I think it's just a case of, you know what, this is my last year. You can't sack me. You can't tell me no. You know, and excuse my language, fuck you bitches, we're going out in the high. So,
yeah, and Susan's coming back. And the Brigadier.
Wow. Yeah, there you
I'm only joking. They're not really.
Well, apparently, from what I've
Yes.
heard, it's entirely possible that we're going to get a couple of people back in another TARDIS. Because Ed's diner apparently has been booked.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
but
you know
that
what?
doesn't mean she's back. That doesn't mean she's back. It could just be a nod.
Hang on. Before everybody starts running to the local forum on Gallifrey Base and bitching their eyes out, even if she's back, the actress has got steady work on Victoria. It will be nothing more than a freaking cameo. Grow up, deal with it, and move on.
I don't think she is back. I think it's more of just a nod. It's just a nod, a wink towards.
Yeah.
Or
you know.
maybe Missy steals that TARDIS.
Well,
No, I think Missy's probably got her own.
Here's the thing. Even if she shows up for flimming 30 seconds, I don't care. Right, I get it. Everybody hates Clara. Tough. That's the story they want to tell. Deal with it. We're getting a new showrunner next year. We're getting a new doctor, and they're going to get in their terms. If you don't like it, sorry, there's the door. See you later.
Because I particularly hate Clara.
No, not you, Jeff. I'm talking about people in general.
And of course, the other thing is, Maisie Williams would be with her, which would be...
No, that's not going to happen.
No, you know what? I don't think they'd go that far because it's bad. Look, as far as I'm concerned, Clara died. She went back in her own time and she get put back in her time. And of course, you've got other people running about going, Moffat doesn't kill him, dude. They're running about space. Why do they all get a spin-off? Big Finish, when are you picking it up? Shut up.
Yeah,
That's why I'd never ask that question to Nicholas Briggs.
No, don't do that. Don't give me any ideas. It's bad enough, man. Jesus. No, but to be fair, you know, at the end of the day, however they decide to end it, it'll be on their terms, and you know. So.
Any more about the next time trailer? Has anybody seen the preview for it?
No.
There's a preview?
Yeah, it's a preview. I've put a preview up today. Yeah.
Oh no, I never saw that. I'm too busy drinking.
It does look very good, actually. So I'm looking forward to it. It looks like it's going to
Deep
be
Space Nine with a more, you know, running out of oxygen feel. It's kind of cool.
Interesting how the space station that looks as if they're on resembles that Eccleston episode.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the Dalek one.
Yeah,
the
Satellite 5. Yeah,
Satellite 5. Yeah. Well, you know, these things. How many space stations can you do? You know, they're going to look similar, aren't they? After a while.
Yeah.
The BBC believes in recycling.
Yeah. Well,
that's true. You had the House for Point on, you know.
But of course, people think it's going to feature the Daleks because it looks like Satellite 5. No.
By the way, sorry to backtrack with regards to last night's episode, but I saw something about an hour ago whereby David Suchy came out and basically said that the house they were filming in, he actually vacationed there last Christmas.
Yes, he did. Yes.
And it wasn't until about 3 days into filming he realised, shit, I've been here before.
Yeah,
So,
he knew the owners of it. Yeah, yeah. I mean, if you watch any of the interviews David Suchet has done, he just comes across as such a nice person, and he loved being on the show. Like, because he's a big fan, like Beef Dad said, he's a big fan. But they've never asked him before. He said on the fan show they've never asked him before to be on the show, but he said yes straight away, and I'm so glad he did.
Yeah. There you go.
So, does anybody else have anything to add? No? Well, we're going to wrap up. Lee, do you want your final say? You usually have a final say on these things.
My final say? What do you want me to say? I can say it was, you know, this up to now has been well constructed, far better than seasons what have gone before.
Yep.
So there you go.
And on that note, I would like to thank everybody here for joining me. I'd like to thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe.
It's pushing me out already. Look at that. I don't know. Carry on.
Yes. Is there a problem?
Ooh.
Go on. I'll keep interrupting you. Go on.
He's from Hull.
You go on.
He's from Hull, you know.
Oh, that's it. What's wrong with Hull?
We won't depress ourselves by going there.
Where's the plugs? Where's the advertisement?
Hey, Alex! I didn't know we'd got to that time. Here we go.
Have a curry. Prawn crackers are us. There you go.
Does anybody want to do any plugs?
I don't know how much to plug.
There you go.
No, we have. Well, I thought you were going to mention the YouTube channel and the Facebook.
If you're feeling thirsty, drink wine. Yeah.
Follow us on Facebook.
Thank you, Grant.
Follow us on. We're on the Twitter. We're on everything. Follow us everywhere. Not down the street though, because that gets a bit creepy.
Yeah, we'll call the cops.
Look after yourself. Take care, and we'll see you next time.
Vaya con Dios. Well, that's fun.